is asking permission for one vacham yachami adhokshaje. So the speech I want to dissolve in the adhokshaja Bhagavan. Speech, the vocal, is called Vaikhari. It has caused from the Madhyama, the thought level. It has come from the Pashyanti, the substance causal level. Then it is nothing but one with Paramatma. It's a fourth level called as Paravani. So, as we studied in other Upanishads, etc., Vacham Yachatmanija, Vacham Yachatmanitam Niyacha, Buddhim Niyacha cha Buddhi Sakshini, Tam chapi Purnatmani Nirvikalpe, Niyacha Shantim Paramam Bhajasva. This is a shloka in Viveka Chudamani in all those texts. So, he is withdrawing from the gross Vani, merging it in the Madhyama Vani, Vaikari into Madhyama consciously. Madhyama Vani is unfolding into Pashyanti, Pashyanti into the Paravani, which is Adhokshaja. Adhokshaja is a name of Parabrahma, though it is addressed to Krishna, etc. But it is appealing to Parabrahma because Adhoksha means that Paramatma who is not available to any of the Vyavaharik Upadhis. So into him I am submerging my Vani. So Vacham Yachami Adhokshaje Anujanihi. And in the same Adhokshaja, another thing also I want to resolve, Mukta Kama Ashayam Chetaha Praveshya. Having entered my Chitta also, which is fully freed from any expressions kamanas, and there its cause is called as the Ashayas or the Vasanas. So, in this knowledge of Brahman gained while listening to Bhagavatam, that knowledge fire was so highly enkindled by the Guru for the disciple. Disciple also allowed it to happen. That bright, blazing, brilliant fire of the knowledge, in that all is vasana creating desires, they got burnt only, as if. Therefore, even these things, mukta kama ashayam chetaha. So, kamana desires, ashaya vasana, mukta freed. So, that chitta which is now refined, purified most, there are no vasanas and no desires in it. That chitta can become instrument in the hands of Lord. If there are any ashayas or vasanas, the chitta will push that jiva into jiva bhava and make him do this or that things of world, these works. So Parikshit का चित्त कोई भी आश्रयों से कामनाओं से भरी रहित है गया अभी. That chitta also praveshya, having dissolved in the inquiry of Paramatma, in the discovery of Paramatma. Then what is the third thing left? The Vani is dissolved, the Antakarana is dissolved. Now what is left is only one thing, the Prana. Therefore, Tyajami Asuna. Even the Pranas also, I just want to leave outside, again no need to take inside. All that great yogi, jnani, bhakta, Parikshit is consciously doing in dismantling and what is it? Separating the assemblage which made him as jiva, as it is the same case in you and I. So the jiva bhava is what? Jiva bhava is vasanas, the kamanas, the antakarana, the indriyas, the vani, the stula deha. Stula deha work will be done by takshaka. All other things is Parikshit himself has dissolved in a Parabrahma Jnana. Here, in the dissolving in Brahma means what? Discovering their source, the pure Shuddha Sat Brahma, as one's own self. His own self is that Brahman. These upadhis also have come from Brahman. Therefore, he is focusing on Brahman. Like morning, our Yoga Darshana Shastra, what we are studying, will be helpful in this regard. कि when शब्द ज्ञान दोनों जो स्मृति है, स्मृति परिशुद्ध होने के बाद, जस्ट लाइक अर्थमास निर्वासा निर्वितर्का असंकीर्ण समापत्ति ही, that is at the तन्मात्रा level. That also स्थूल में, वितर्कानुगत में. Then the सूक्ष्म में विचारानुगत, tomorrow we are going to see. Therefore, we can see every object is made out of tanmatra. In and through that object, tanmatra alone is there. Only Yoga Vedanta touches it. Nyaya Vaisheshikas, they talk only up to Paramanu Anu level. They don't talk about the Padarthas are made of Tanmatra. They can't go to that level. They only are happy, satisfied at concluding the whole world of matter made of Anu Paramanu like our physical scientists. But the Yoga Darshanam, Vedanta Darshanam goes beyond. Yoga goes up to Tanmatra. Even Vedanta takes us up to the Brahma level. Vedanta says there's nothing called a chitta which we have to do nirodha, etc. Everything Brahmamayam. So, like there, by giving up the nama and jnana, even the रूपा जिस तन्मात्र का एक्सप्रेशन है उस तन्मात्र से चित्त का तन्मात्र मर्ज हो गया. In the same way, the aham of Parikshit, from where it has come as per our Taittiriya Upanishad, Chidavasa. Fiर Chidavasa kahan se? Chidvastu. Chid from Sad Brahma. So that aham is dissolved in Sad Brahma. Before that, the jiva, whatever the upadhis is using, respectfully, reverentially, is depositing them back into the source. That also adhoksha. In fact, therefore, that is the meaning of creation. Tat sushtva tadeva anupravishat. Bhagavan only expressed as all upadhis. Bhagavan only has enlightened all upadhis with his entry as a jiva, and that is how all jivas are functional. So if you and I are here, we have these jada upadhis also, we have the chetana jiva bhava. Both of them are expression of that Brahman. But this is not sufficient. If we just listen, oh, what is the logic behind? We have to study Shastras, then only we will know. Thereafter, actually we have to dissolve them and discover Brahman. तभी जाकर हम कह सकते हैं हमारा ज्ञान सही ज्ञान है. So ये सिर्फ फिलोसॉफिकली सुन लिया, इंटेलेक्चुअली समझ लिया, तो लोगों का मुंह बंद करने के उनके सामने बोला, तो that will be success. No doubt. You can keep people quiet and you can make the people feel you are more wise and all. But that never gives moksha. Moksha is anubhuti. So, very fascinating, very encouraging, inspiring thing here. When we listen from the mouth of Parikshit towards the end, he consciously, I am leaving the prana, I am merging my Sukshma Sharira in Paramatma, I am merging my Vani in Paramatma. I have already in the earlier shloka, Pravishtaha Brahma Nirvana. So Brahma Nirvana पहुंच गया हो, but he can live for some time. But the Takshaka is going to bite the body. The body will be burnt. Then the Upadhis, when they are burnt, if they are not merged in reality, they will go in search of another Deha. So why give that chance? So when the Brahma Nirvana is discovered, then the Upadhis can be dissolved through the place from where they are brought. They came from the Adhokshaja only. Therefore, Vacham Yakcham Adhokshaja, and in same Adhokshaja, Mukta Kamasham Cheta Praveshya. प्रवेश में उसको एंटर करा के, हाँ प्रवेश मतलब उस चेतस को भी जो कामनाओं से आशयों से मुक्त हो गया, उस चित्त also merging in adhokshaja. What about the asun prana tejami? It's a very, very pictorial thing if one can discover it. Then unless the beyond Brahman is understood to be absolute reality, and out of not knowing him called ignorance, the world is expressed with a delusion. And this, with all its enchantments, happenings, etc., they are not true. Only the one who can understand all these things thoroughly will find in this dissolution of Jiva Bhava, where its parts are dismantled and dissolved in Paramatma, that enchantment and that joy they will find. Otherwise, it will be a sad story. Like when somebody dies, for every living person, it's a sad story. But a Mahatma knows this person died means what? He is going to get another fresh opportunity. You understand? Therefore, a Mahatma never grieves for somebody's death. Okay, yeah. Even if you go to the ashramas, places where Mahatmas die, they celebrate the death of that Mahatma. ऐसा नहीं कि आश्रम खाली हो गया. No. The thing is what this Mahatma no realized was still bound with the Deha. अब उस देह को भी उन्होंने छोड़ दी. Congratulations. They sing, they dance, they keep their Mahatma Deha. I've seen it. उत्तरकाशी में भजन कर रहे हैं, कीर्तन कर रहे हैं. No tears, no regrets, guilt, because सब मस्त है. All have understood the concept means of reality intellectually. Many are slowly embarking on that. They are not afraid only. The great stage of maturity, I tell you. So those who have got it, then for them, this assembly of upadhis, entry of Paramatma, living like a jiva, all of that is only to suffer. Ab kya? Actually, even little maturity when it comes to a person, in all the karma, praja and dhana, he will see dukkha more than sukha. Therefore, he gets just vairagya from them. थोड़ा दिमाग भी लगाओ, पता चलता है हमको in the worldly things there's 10% sukha, 90 dukkha. Little if you think. And those who have studied the Vedanta, who knew the Brahma Tattva, who knows how the Avidya and Maya just projects all these things, and on the seat of meditation, the one who has touched that core and seen how these are all manifested through the Maya, to that person, dismantling of all these things which create limitation unnecessarily is a maja, it's an ananda only. That is why in Adhyatma Ramayana, almost many of the saints, sages, bhaktas, after meeting Bhagavan Rama, they just disown the body. Just leave it only. भस्म कर रहे कोई यज्ञ में कोई कह रहे हमको उसमें डालो. Oh, that only the value of this deha, holding on to which we get so much afraid at the time of death old age. Before that, pampering the whole life, the body only. That is the jnana. That is what the education going on in the world. Only Tattva Jnana, when it is taught for some 200-300 years, then the whole generation changes. Whole humanity changes. That's what after that Kalki Bhagavan comes and finishes this whole Mlechas and Rajas, then that great, that Manuputra and all of them, Devapi and Marutta, they are still there in the Sukshma Rupa. They will reinstate the entire that Satya Yuga Dharma of Brahma Jnana Ityadi. So that's how our great saints have visualized and told. That's how the Srushti goes on. Anyway, there are big subjects. They will be studied by us in 2, 3, 4 lives later on. Right now, थोड़ा हम अपने शरीर को बचाओ, थोड़ा सा जब पूजा करो, भागवत सुनो, उपनिषद सुनो. This is our level now. That also will come. Now the last shloka we will see today. कि अज्ञानञ्च निरस्तं मे ज्ञानविज्ञाननिष्ठया भवता दर्शितं क्षेमं परं भगवतः पदम्. So may ajnanam cha nirastam. So my ajnana totally gone. Nirasta means nischayena astam gatam. It has set not like the sun to rise next day, but totally got set, removed. पूरा अज्ञान का निरस्त हो गया. निरास्त निरस्त परास्त पूरा निकल गया. अज्ञानंच निरस्त में हाउ सी how clearly he says jnana vijnana nishtaya. So we can talk it in so many ways. One, jnana nishtha, that is listening and thoroughly understanding intellectually about the swarupa, the Brahma. Then second, vijnana nishtaya means what? Clearly understanding what is the sadhana to reach to that Brahma and establishing in that sadhana nishtha. Third, having sadhana completed, really in the anubhuti, which is also called as vijnana nishtaya, is established in that also. Okay, and this can be a mahavakya for all of us. Ajnanam cha nirastame jnana vijnana nishtaya means not that we also like Parikshit got liberated right now. The meaning is jnana vijnana nishtha se hamara ajnana chala jayega. That's the only way. When the ajnana goes, the moha gone. When the moha goes, upadhi tadatmya gone. Upadhi tadatmya gone, jiva is not there. When jiva is not there, how can there the world be seen as separate from him? Then where will come the desires and the differentiations? Then where will the samsara? सारा डिसमेंटल हो जाता. So just let us say 6 times this line, though it is said by Parikshit that my ajnana is gone because of jnana vijnana nishtha. So we will be having it out some years, but to remember the main thought, just say 6 times. While saying it so, just tell to oneself, only through the jnana vijnana nishtha, the ajnana completely goes away. So the jnana nishtha is theoretical knowledge about the world being mithya and Brahman being reality. Then the vijnana means sadhana, in which the vyatireka and anvaya sadhana nishtha, then when both of them come to a peak level, the vyatireka of already understood world, which is understood as mithya, then anvaya about the Brahman, which is understood with the truth. When it comes to the parakasta level, then there the glimpses of anubhava start coming more and more when we repeatedly, frequently enter into those great nididhyasana, nirvikalpa samadhi avasthas, the nishtha happens. Like to that Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. In his house, he got that death, experience of the death. Just to left the house, went into that caves and he sat there to establish it. 15 years something took it for him to establish. Then after he held on to that throughout his expression through that body. He never came down from that experience. Like that all yogis, all Mahatmas. So just 6 times he say, Ajnanam cha nirastam me jnana vijnana nishtaya. 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 So the take home point after the whole discussion of Bhagavatam 18,000 verses, for us 1060 days. 1060 दिन अभी 2 महीने लगेंगे. So he what? Through the Jnana Vijnana Nishtha only the Ajnana Janita Dukkhatmaka Samsara Nirasta totally will be removed. There is no other way. If there is other way, our Shukadevji would have told that only. Okay. Even here also, Sri PARIKSHIT concludes by giving credit for this again to Sri Guru, our great Shukadevji Maharaj himself. See, Ajnanam Chanastame Jnana Vijnanistaya, then Bhavata Darshitam. Again, ऊपर भी वही कहते हैं कि Abhayam Darshitam Tvaya. Here also he says, Bhavata Darshitam. What is being shown by you? Kshemam. And what is that? Param. What is that? Bhagavata Padam. So Param Kshemam Bhagavata Padam Tvaya Darshitam. So Bhagavata Padam, the supreme abode Paramatma, Param Kshemam, which is the highly safe and secured one, Bhagavata Darshitam, shown by you. I have reached that state. Give me permission. O Lord, let me merge the speech in the Adhokshaja, then Mukta Kamasham Chitta in Adhokshaja, and leaving the Prana, and I've already entered into Paramatma. Give permission for dismantling this personality, Vyaktitva, the Jiva Bhava. So the last line is what? Bhavata Darshitam Kshemam Param Bhagavata Padam. Param Kshemam Bhagavata Padam Bhavata Darshitam. Therefore, by having the jnana of that, by having the nishtha in the jnana, vijnana and nishtha in vijnana, I got the anubhavam also. Therefore, ajnanam cha me nirastam. Therefore, do you want to know anything? Kimboya shrotum ichchasi means, do you still have any ajnanam? Then only you will want to know it. Listen, na? So he says, jnana vijnana nishtha se ajnana nirasta ho gaya. That means what? Nothing more to listen. Oh God, I have entered into the anubhuti for which I came to you, which you taught me. Now, once the finishing is over, the last finishing touches are just dismantling the upadhi. Before that, Takshaka comes. So with this, Sri PARIKSHIT Vacha or Rajo Vacha in the Bhagavata, which we are studying from the chapter Skandha 1 onwards, comes to conclusion. After this, you will not find Shuka Vacha or Rajo Vacha. You will see Suta Vacha, Shaunaka Vacha. Age. This is how the Shuka PARIKSHIT Samvada Rupi Bhagavata concludes here. So this is what being taught by the Sutaji to Shaunaka Rishi. Therefore, the Sutaji takes over now. Takes over means now he directly addresses to the Shaunakadi. Therefore, Suta Uvacha, Sutaji ki Vani. What he says now is understood here. The all knowledge given is gained, and into the Brahmanubhuti, Sri Raja Parikshit entered. Therefore, nothing for him left to be known. Therefore, he just want to permission of Guru that he will dismantle all that. So by saying so, आपको भी गुरु को कुछ कहना है क्या? What I give knowledge is over. You got what I have to give. I gave you. Sri Suta Uvacha. Very interesting. देखो Sri Suka Uvacha आ रहा है. Suta Uvacha. Listen. इत्युक्तः तम् अनुज्ञाप्य भगवान् बादरायणिः जगाम भिक्षुभिः साकं नरदेवेन पूजितः इति उक्तः. In this way, having been spoken by Parikshit, the great saint Shukadevji, tam anugnapya, having given permission to Parikshit Raja, this Bhagavan, the Lord, great Badarayanihi. Badarayana is Badarayana Putra. Badarayana is Vyasa Bhagavan. So Vyasa Putra is Badarayani Shukadeva, having given permission to Parikshit. Then what happened? Naradevena Pujitaha. That Naradeva Parikshitji duly has done the puja to Shri Shukadevji as Acharya ko jaise karte ho सब, having received that puja. So all the three are such a wonderful voices here. Having been spoken like this by Parikshit, having permitting Parikshit, having received puja from Parikshit. The Guru Maharaj, Shukadevji, Jagama Bhikshubhi Sakam, that great Bhagavan Badarayani, with all the bhikshus sannyasis who came with him. Some maybe came, जब तो हम शुरू में देखा तो he was just coming with some children and all. They took him to be some rustic person, मजा करने मौजी करने आए उनके साथ. Even some women were also following him, just like when he came, everybody stood. They did पाद पूजा. वो लोग देख कर तो कोई महात्मा है करके डर गए. Now having heard him, some Mahatmas obviously they just want to behind him, serve him, and learn from him anything to be required, anything learned. So with those bhikshu sakam jagama, he just got up and moved at bhikshus. Now here in the writing of Vyasa, in the speaking of Sutadeva, there is no any pomp and posh or any extravagant formalities at all. As simple as receiving the gratitudes from Parikshitji, Shukadevji, without any type of excitement. That is the most beautiful thing, I tell you. This Shukadevji is not that fascinated or anything. देखता हूँ मेरा चेला मेरे से सब सुना, उसके शरीर का उसको तक्षक कैसा डसेगा क्या होगा देखो, nothing doing. That is the beauty. For a Brahmajnani, there is nothing interesting or surprising to wait for and watch it. There is nothing. Brahman alone is real, everything unreal, established in Brahman. So he is not even interested. यार देख तो लेवे कैसा आएगा तक्षक कैसा बैठ करेगा, नथिंग डूइंग. जगाम भिक्षुभि साकम नरदेवेन पूजितः भगवान बादरायणः इत्युक्ता तमनुज्ञाप्य. Just more. See how uninformed or what you say unassumed, egoless, simple are these great avadutas. Very silently, very calm. That's what we were talking yesterday also. In Adhyatmika Shastra, Guru Jana, Seva Karna, Jnana, Bhana, everything in the Shanta atmosphere. इन थोड़ा भजन कीर्तन के टाइम धूम धड़ाका होता होगा. Maybe in the Purana talking, sometimes in that emotional things come. Maybe some tears may come in some stories. All okay. But as regard the Mukti give Brahmanubhuti is concerned, it is just, you can see that scene of the vast Gangaji at the Ganga Sagar, silently merging and becoming one with the ocean, the Sagar. That's a beautiful scene. I have seen it. ह्यूज गंगा सागर, सागर के बड़ा गंगा होती है वहां, सागर से भी बड़ा दिखती है, सो वास्ट. Kapila Muni ashram and all we have seen there, silently merging. गुरु ऑल्सो देखा, मैंने पढ़ा है शिष्य को, उसको मुक्ति मिल गई, फोटो खिंचवाओ पेपर में डालो, नथिंग डूइंग. शिष्य ऑल्सो did that Guru Puja and all, took the permission, told the Guru Maharaj what you expected, for what you gave knowledge, for what I got it, it has happened. I discovered my identity with the Brahmanubhuti. These upadhis are not mine, they belong to God. I gave all of them to him. I give all of to him, to Lord, if you permit me. When all things gone away, this only body, let the Akshaka do his job. Let the Rishi words also become true. Now this body, once the Rishi cursed, and then the snake starts coming, it belongs to them. अभी मेरा नहीं है, तो मैं छोड़ दिया. प्राण भी भगवान का दे दिया, चेता भगवान का है छोड़ दिया, वायु भी समिष्टि का है छोड़ दिया. दे जीवाओ इन सब के बिना होता नहीं. देन व्हाट इज रिमेनिंग इज अहम ब्रह्मास्मि अनुभूति. Remember, when Jiva Bhava dissolves, nothing remains of Jiva Bhava. But That Brahman, which was because of conditionings expressed as Jiva, remains as Brahman. Therefore, I never dies. I was small, big I, appeared small through Upadhi. The Upadhis go away, then it merges in the big I. Therefore, never have this doubt, स्वामी जी ब्रह्म ज्ञान पाने के बाद मैं रहूंगा कि नहीं? अरे तू कहाँ जाएगा? That's the whole problem. जाता होता तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता. Where will you go? You can't go. That is my headache. If you go, nice. So I will remain. Aham Brahmasmi is remaining. So luckily, by the study of Taittariya Adi and Bhagavad Adi, शुकदेव जी का परिचित डिस्कशन इतना तो पता चला कि वी आर एटलीस्ट समवन अदर देन देह. अब इतना भी एक्सेप्ट करो ना, इस जन्म के लिए काफी है. हम देह उसमें से थोड़ा हट जाए ना एंड एक्सेप्ट करे कि आई एम सम एंटिटी डेफिनेटली एग्जिस्टिंग अदर देन देह, 50% प्रॉब्लम इज गॉन. प्रॉब्लम इज देह ओनली, स्थूलता ओनली. एक बार स्थूल को पार कर ली एंड बैलेंस योर सेल्फ. लाइक स्थूल को पार करना इज लाइक द फ्लाइट आफ्टर रनवे going up to that little height where it is now safely and securely fly. 3 बार होता है. एक बार टेक ऑफ हुआ, टॉय टॉय टॉय, then the third time it goes to those 33,000 feet or whatever its maximum height allowed. Then zoom, it will go silent in the akash. So to the deha tadatma, if we go beyond by accepting that I am an entity other than the deha, lot of things, the fear factor goes away. Then who is this? Then the inquiry sets in. स्थूल का टेंशन नहीं है, then all the सूक्ष्म discussions can easily take place. Understandable also. At the स्थूल level only समस्या, because so substantial, so perceivable, उसका इतना आदत हो गया कि उसके बिना हम नहीं रह सकते, ऐसा होता है. Like all of us have in daily routine, the habits of so many eatables and all, as if we can't live without that. हम छोड़ के देखो एक एक चीज, पता चलता है किसी खाने के बिना भी हम जी सकते हैं, मतलब कम से कम खाते हैं. Same way here also. So that way we have studied. If we also discover our identity to be beyond the deha, 50% sadhana is done. Then who is this jiva? Is an amalgamation only. Aho aham vritti, then chidabhasa and chittu sattu. So then when the chidabhasa focuses attention on his own source, it enters into the chaitanya atma. Chaitanya atma ka other side only, the sadvastu. I am that sad brahma. And that Sat Brahma alone is there, in which इतना रियल दिखने वाला ये सारा जगत प्रतिभासित हो रहा है, रियल नहीं है ना. Like the dream appeared real, but when you wake up and remember the dream, how it is just only imaginary, no, not at all real. Why? Because the dreamer also dissolved in the waker. Therefore, from the waker self standpoint, the dreamer and dreamer world all are so meaningless, light appearances when we remember the dream. In the dream, the world is real, I, the dreamer, is real. Therefore, the all samsara was very real. The gross, solid things, whatever they were there. After waking up, we say the world is subtle there, but in the dream, it is appearing solid only. वहाँ उनको ऐसे लगता है. When you wake up, how it looks like. In the same way, in the Brahma Nirvana Bhuti, आने के बाद, all these substantially looking things, all are just like floating in Brahman, appearing in Brahman, that's it. It can be experienced by us if 2 days we stop eating food and sit morning meditation for 1 hour doing japa. You will see such a lightness of the body. Because the lightness of the body, the inside fellow also finds himself to be very lighter. And in the lighter me, the body is found to be floating only. अब ज़्यादा with sugar and all, don't do that, then really चले जाए. है ही 4-5 लोग, एक के बाद एक मत कर रहे हैं हमारा बात. I'm giving an idea how to experiment on being lighter beyond the body. So in this way, श्री सुखदेव जी से परमिशन ले लिए हमारे परीक्षित महाराज. परीक्षित जी को परमिशन देकर सुखदेव जी आंसो जगाम भिक्षुभिः साकम. बोलो श्री सुखदेव भगवान की जय. बोलो श्री परीक्षित महाराज की जय. बोलो श्री सुखदेव परीक्षित संवाद रूपे श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण महा शास्त्र की जय. बोलो श्री भागवत महापुराण पद पद अक्षर अंतर्गत श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। बोलो श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवत अंतर्गत परब्रह्म परमात्मा की जय। बोलो भाई समस्त भागवताचार्य की, सब संतन की जय। Now, the Shukadevji left. Parikshitji Maharaj, he is sat for meditation and having permission taken, he reaches to that. With that healthy Mukta Avastha Parikshit, we will conclude today. Tomorrow, the other episode, we will see. Suta Uvacha. Now, having Parikshitji's words explained, Sutaji now he says, Ityuktaha tam anugnapyaha bhagwan badarayani bhikshubhi sakam jagaman aradevan pujitaha. That is about Guru Shukadeva, he left. What happened to Parikshit ji? He speaks in one slok, two shlokas. Parikshidapi rajarshihi atmanyatmanamatmana samadhaya param dadhyau aspandasura taruhu prakule varhishyasinaha gangakule udangmukha brahmabhuto mahayogi nissangaha chinna samshayaha. That is what. Parikshit api. Parikshit ji also. So far he was Raja, Raja, Raja. Now Rajarshihi. Because he got the experience. Guru has permitted, blessed him. So now Rajarshi hai Parikshit. Sutaji is telling to Shaunakadi Muni, Rajarshi Parikshit api. What did he do? Atmani Atmanam Atmana Samyak Adhaya. Atmani, in his own pure self, Atmanam is Jiva Bhavako, Samyak, in a perfect manner, Adhaya, having dissolved. So the Jiva Bhava, which was with the Upadhis. So Upadhis dismantled, then that I slowly, as if, dissolves in the pure Aham Brahma Atma. Parikshita Rajarshi, Rajarshi, Atmani Atmanam Atmana. Atmani into the self. Atmanam, the Jiva Bhavako. Atmana, consciously by his own effort. Samadhaya, having merged. See, dekho, we have not done sufficient yoga abhyasas, even any of this sadhana. That's why we have not understood the possibility of even changing our attitudes, moods at the time and moment of notice itself. Like I got an angry thought about you. No, I only become angry and I try to scold you or talk something. This is being overpowered by the anger. But if I am wise and common sense fellow, why should I be angry with you? You are such a wonderful people. Is it not? Therefore, oh stupid mind, instead of becoming angry, just love them. First of all, let the anger thought be dropped. I can consciously change my mood of mind from being angry to being loving. That possibility is there in us very much. We never tried that. We are always victimized by them. We have not used the possibilities or akal also. Like I told you morning example, we don't use akal what our children to be given. Whatever they ask, we keep on giving. अरे थोड़ा सोचो जो बेवकूफ है उसको क्या पता क्या चाहिए नहीं चाहिए. Other way around also, the others give you something, you also don't take. You should know whether you need it or not. Like father-in-law stated, the daughter-in-law is bringing things to eat and all. I'm बेटी ने लाई करके नहीं खाना. Is it required for your health or not, for your sadhana or not? Why are you overpowered by others' influence again and again? Don't you have your common sense? At a certain level, mind. And mind is craving for this or that things. Mind is projecting these emotions of angers and passions. How can you become victim of it just like that? As you don't have your own power to withhold it or control. Next stage. If this is achieved, then the third one, as Parikshit has done, that aham in him he is merging. That चिदाभास को चित्त में वो मर्ज कर रहे हैं. How? The Chidabhasa, when focused external, it identifies with Deha, Mana, Buddhi and it becomes Jiva. When the Chidabhasa is focused toward the Chitta, it merges in it. That's what called Atmani Atmanam Atmana Samadhaya. We have to know the possibility of all this. We have to know how to do them possible, and we should make it possible also. So Parikshitapi Atmanyatmanam Samadhaya. Samadhaya, then what did he do? Param Dadhyau. So, Param Dadhyau, in that Parabrahma, through dhyana, he entered. Then what happened? Aspanda Asuhu Yatha. Yatha Taruhu. Like the tree, when it is no wind, it doesn't move. In that way, in a stabilized form, he sat and immersed himself in the self. So now the Jiva Parikshit is no more there, emerged in Paramatma. And that he did where Prakule, Ganga Kule, Udang Mukaha, Barhishi Asinaha, Brahma Bhuto Mahayogi, Nisangaha, Chinna Samshayaha, the 10th shloka. So this Mahayogi Parikshita in that banks of the Gangaji, in that sitting on the Darbha, okay, Barhishi, Barhish means the Barhi Asana, the Darbha mein, which is facing toward the eastern side, that the corner of the Darbha Asana facing the eastern side, then okay, yes, eastern side, and then he himself sitting the northern side, facing. So the asana made up of darbha, its corner is facing eastern side. He on that asana sat himself facing northern side. North is Mukti Dwara. So the north के तरफ बैठ गए. So प्राक कूले बरिश आक्सीन है गंगा कूले. So first Ganga. Ganga Kula, banks of Ganga. There is a asana made out of darbha. It is facing the eastern side, but himself sat on that facing the north. Having done so, having sat like that, what is said earlier, that Atmanyatmanam Adhaya Samyaka Aspandasuhu, continuation of that, ki here he says Brahma Bhutaha. He has discovered his identity with Brahma. We became Brahma now. Here Bhuta became means discovered his identity. Mahayogi here. That's what see. The conclusion of Bhagavata is neither bhakti nor jnana. Mahayogi. Mahayogi means he merged in that Maha Brahma Swarupa. Mahayogi. With the Brahma Tattva, he has merged. So, Brahma Bhutaha. Mahayogi means he's done, see, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, all of them, when seriously, sincerely done, then only the Brahma Anubhuti comes to us. So, he has done all the sadhanas in 7 days of time. Because of that, he is called as the great seeker. Here, the yogi is seeker, not Ashtanga Yogi. So Mahayogi, the great seeker, this Parikshit Maharaj, Brahma Bhutaha. He has become one with Brahman. Then what is the position of Brahman? Nisangaha. It has nothing to do with the entire world. What to talk about this one stula deha, it is there. He is detached from that deha. Like any other things he is seeing, if at all he is seeing that also. Then Chinna Samshayaha, there is no doubt in him what he is. What the world is, everything is Brahman, he is Brahman. So this shloka in this way, Parikshit ji का बैठकर वो ध्यान आत्मा अनुभूति में बैठ गए, waiting for the takshaka to come. So that portion we will see tomorrow. So today on this whatever date, 26th May 2023, we have seen Sri Shukadevji having permitted and blessed, left with the yogis or the jnanis or sannyasins. Here Parikshit also took his asana, put it in the Ganga Kula, facing that asana in north and eastern. He facing north, sat Atmani Atmanam Atmana Samyak Adaya Brahma Bhutaha. Nisangaha Chinna Samshayaha. He is experiencing that Brahma Anubhuti. Now, at a higher, deeper contemplation level, it's just like the people when they talk, when some great Mahatmas live, they say, ऐसा महान लहर या एक हवा का झोंका या एक बड़ा सा एक प्रेजेंस अब चला गया देश से, एक महान हस्ती. In the same way, out of that Brahman, millions of Parikshits come this way and do sadhana and moved back. Like out of ocean, millions of waves come and go. But for us, it is important because we are the seekers. We have to study this seriously and we also have to reach to that level. And at the totality level, where Sushtisthilaya themselves are of no consequence, one Parikshit becoming realized, etc., from that standpoint, nothing. But from Bhagwan's Avatara standpoint, Leela standpoint, Jiva standpoint, Bandha Moksha standpoint, Sadhana standpoint, for you and I as sadhakas, most relevant and significant is the entire Shastra Bhagavatam and its particular happening. Finally, what is expected after studying Bhagavatam to enter into Brahma Anubhuti and get freed from Jiva Bandhanam has been achieved by Raja Parikshita. In this way, Om Satchidanandarupaaya Vishwotpathyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayan Namaha. In this way, we offer all this to Bhagavan Krishna and all Bhagavatacharyas. So, tomorrow, what happened further, that story will carry on with Om. In our satsangas also, so many prasangas come and silently they go. We like a Maha witness watch all of them. See here Shukadevji, you can see, and Parikshitji. Om na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam hema vidyito bhan devto yamagni tameva bhantaman bhati sarvam tacho sarvamidam vivahati. Vyasa Bhagwan ऊपर बैठे हैं, all gurus महात्मास. बोलो श्री परब्रह्म भगवान की जय. बोल श्री महाविष्णु भगवान की जय. बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. बोल श्री वेदव्यास सुखदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. बोलो श्री परीक्षित महाराज की जय. बोलो समस्त भागवत श्रोतागण की जय. बोलो भाई महा उत्कृष्ट शास्त्र श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण की जय. सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुदेव भगवान की जय. सब भागवत श्रोतागण की जय. थैंक यू. So 6th chapters, the important topic. We tried to do it from few days. We could come to the understanding today. Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Bhagavat Sharanam Mama, Sri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Sri Suta Sharanam Mama, Sri Shukadeva Sharanam Mama, Sri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Sri Narada Sharanam Mama, Shri Kumar Sharanam Mama, Shri Brahma Sharanam Mama, Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama, Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhete Girim Yat Krupatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Swarge Satye Cha Kailase Vaikunte Nasteyam Rasaha Atah Pibantu Sadbhagyaha Mama Munchata Karhichita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam Dashama Skandha Uttarardha Atha Ekapanchashattamo Shri Shuka Uvacha. Shri Muchukunda Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Let us do Chiramaiha Vrujinartha Tapyamano Nutapaihi Avitrushachadamitro Alabdha Shanti Katanchito Sharanada Samupetaha Tvatpadabjam Paratman Avayamrutam Ashokam Pahima Pannamisha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. सार्वभौम महाराज मतिस्ते विमलोर्जिता वरैः प्रलोभितस्यापि न कामैर्विहता यतः प्रलोभितो वरैर्यत्वम् अप्रमादाय विद्धि तत् न धीर्मय्येकभक्तानाम् आशीर्भिर्भिद्यते क्वचित् युञ्जानानाम् अभक्तानां प्राणायामादिभिर्मनः अक्षीणवासनं राजन् वाससं राजन् अक्षीणवासनं राजन् दृश्यते पुनरुत्थितं विचरस्व महीं कामं मय्यावेशितमानसः अस्तु एव नित्यदा तुभ्यं भक्तिर्मय्यनपायिनी क्षात्रधर्मस्थितो जन्तून् न्यवधीर्मृगयादिभिः समाहितस्तत्तपसा जहि अघं मधुपाश्रितः जन्मन्यनन्तरे राजन् सर्वभूतसुहृत्तमः भूत्वा द्विजवरस्त्वं वै मामुपैष्यसि केवलम् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां दशमस्कन्धे उत्तरार्धे मुचुकुन्दस्तुतिर्नाम एकपञ्चाशत्तमोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांति. Friends, having seen in the 12th Skandha how Shukadevji has blessed Parikshitji with greatest knowledge, Parikshitji received, got the mukti, extended gratitude, took permission. Giving permission, Shukadevji leaves and Parikshitji sits and meditates and merges in the truth. What a beautiful thing. So we have heard it, but again we are blessed to study Bhagavata by God's grace. 10th Skandha also we restarted. 51st chapter we are Uttarardham. Because the topic was very relevant, we took sufficient time to study. That is Raja Muchukunda Prasanga. Today that also will be almost, because in the next chapter also about Muchkunji thoda bataya jayega. Just like Parikshit, he also does meditation and realizes, that will be told. So it will extend for a demo. But the main thing is his own introspection, coming to his own convictions about what is ephemeral and what is reality. He himself has ceased to choose the samsara as a vara when Bhagavan gave the blank check, and he asked the Lord for only the bhakti at his feet, as well as nirgunam niranjanam advayam tvam vrajami. I want the param bhakti at your feet and brahmanubhuti. So then what Bhagavan replied to this most beautiful reply given that highly matured Raja Muchukunda. And I asked people by mistake again, देखो आदत तो छूटता नहीं. So after 2.5 years, I asked the homework to be done. Only one person did the mistake of replying me. Others are normal. I was afraid that everybody will reply and I will get a heart attack. Thank you, you saved me. Very good. By mistake, one person has replied. So anyway, वो वाले हादसों को मैं अभी बर्दाश्त कर सकता हूँ. इसलिए कोई गल नहीं. So the question asked was, having heard all this Muchukunda Stuti, what is the conclusion you have come to or understood about it? A very narrated, very nicely mentioned. Whoever has sent, congratulations. So this is how, when we do reflection, more and more clarity comes to our understanding. Now Bhagavan does the praise of Raja Muchukunda, and he deserves to. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Sarvabhauma Maharaja Matihite Vimala Urchita. विमला तुम्हारा मति है और इतने ऊर्जा से भरा कि that ऊर्जा of the mati could use its ऊर्जा to rise above the temptations of any sort when the blank check is put in front of you. है कि नहीं? बुद्धि को ना ऐसी शक्ति होनी चाहिए, तभी जाकर वो शरीर इंद्रिय मन के लेवल पे जो भी आदतें हैं, वासनाएं, कामनाएं हैं, even obligations of the world, it can suppress all of them and think about something beyond. ते मति विमला एंड ऊर्जिता. विमलता के कारण ऊर्जित हो गया आपका बुद्धि. See, the purity gives the strength. Highest strength is purity only. And the strength belongs to the intellect. Intellectual strength alone is real strength. And the intellect strength, in the other words, is once gained through purity, when the option or opportunity comes, it should choose for the shreyas, not for prayers. So your heart is pure also, it is very powerful. Okay, pure because he got the single pointed devotion to God. And then Urjita because his power is so much now that the power of Maya put in front by the Lord, he is denying it. तो माया को भी, माया शक्ति को भी पार करने वाली ऊर्जा इनके बुद्धि में आ गई. भगवान saying that only because he has given a vara, no, whatever you ask, Maharaja Sarvama, I am ready to give you. So Varan Runeshwar Rajarshe Sarvan Kaman Dadavite. Hey Rajarshi, ask for vara, everything I will fulfill. अगर ऐसा वाला भगवान हमसे कह दिया ना, अब बोलो क्या क्या नहीं पूछते अपन. बट भगवान ने वहाँ एक चालू बात चलाई, हमने नहीं पढ़ा उस बात को. आई विल नॉट गो इनटू ऑल दोस, ओनली वन वर्ड इट इज. भगवान डिड नॉट से वरान उनीश्वर हे राजा, ही यूज्ड द वर्ड राजर्षि. अब राजा ऋषि कहा तो भगवान ने हिंट दिया ना, बेटा तुम तो ऋषि हो, मैं तो वर तो दे रहा हूं, अभी तुम्हारे टेस्ट है, लेट मी सी तुम क्या मांगोगे. और राजा ऋषि कहकर भगवान ने उनको क्या है ना, वो वाला टेस्ट किया. जैसा मैंने अभी कहा आपको ना कि थैंक गॉड आपने मेरे दिल का दौरे को थोड़ा मुलतवी कर दिया जवाब नहीं देते हुए. इज इट नॉट? योर पोस्ट बोर्ड में हार्ट अटैक by not replying to me. So you are in your sahaja sthiti. I am also sahaja. So here Bhagavan gives, you are a Rajarshi. Now ask what you want. अरे एक बार राजर्षि कह दिया तो वो कैसे मांगेगा वो? This is interesting. Like we also in this orange robes when we are, people take it for granted that ये भूखा प्यासा है, मरने के लिए जी रहा है. Therefore they don't give us anything to eat, drink. हमको भूख लगती है. And then we should learn. The Lord is teaching us. You have taken this dress to live with minimum bhojanam. अगर नहीं भी दिया जाए, भगवान का नहा लो, पानी लो और चलो. Because you have chosen this dress. Is it not? So that's how a reminder to us. A very sublime reminders Bhagavan gives us. When His Krupa is there, we receive them. So here also, Bhagavan addressing your Rajarshi, but I am giving you vara, you ask whatever. In that, and he talked for all of us, in fact, how to do the introspection and then deny to encash the bone for anything of the world. So you called me Rajarshi, therefore, Bhagavan, you are reminding me as a Rajarshi to ask only bhakti and jnana. Therefore, I asked for it. If I had asked for any other kingdom, etc., Bhagavan would have given that. Then he would have been a Raja, Chakravarti, or Samrat, or Sarvabhauma, but not Rajarshi. So there also Parikshitavi Rajarshi. Here also Muchukunda Rajarshi. अंत में उनको राजर्षि कहा. यहाँ पहले राजर्षि कह के भगवान गिव्स बोन, बट सार्वभौम महाराजा. नो, इन भगवान कह ना तुरंत मुक्ति नहीं दे रहे, इसलिए सार्वभौम महाराजा इज गिविंग द टाइटल. सार्वभौम महाराजा की मतिस्ते विमलोर्जिता. योर मति इज वेरी प्योर, वेरी पावरफुल. प्रूफ क्या है कि वरई प्रलोभितस्यापि. Even though pralobhita, you are tempted with vara, varaihi, all the varas, na kamaihi vyata, your chitta is not hit by, defeated by, not, dethroned by, not shaken by any of the kamanas. Na kamaihi vyata. Yata means the reason. Because the reason to see that your chitta is not disturbed by any of the kamana, therefore your chitta is pure, there are no desires, and therefore it is very, very strong. Now contemplate on this shloka also. No need to reply. Even I don't have time to read all your messages. मैं भी busy हूँ. जितना आप हो तो मैं भी हूँ. So कि he says कि परै प्रलोभितस्यापि न कामैः व्यथा यतः. The highest achievement, highest strength, highest purity is this only. And all this comes when through every experience, as he taught us through the introspection, when we understand limitations both of the upadhis and the objects of the world, and the indulgence through the upadhi in the objects of the world. उनको हाइप या बड़ापन करते रहोगे, so then they all appear to be real. Through that introspection, when we know that they are not so great, slowly the detachment from them comes. That is the only way. Then as we detach, the heart becomes pure. As purity, there is strength. In that strong strength, even Bhagavan tempts with any bhara, we say, oh Lord, we don't want. We want only bhakti and moksha. And two, three things, just by the way, we can discuss little bit only, not much into the topic, but thoda relevant. क्या है कि as long as we are studying shastras, we are with the guru, we are in the class, also we are doing our sadhana, we look to be, yeah स्वामी हमको भी ज़्यादा कोई ऐसे डिजायर नहीं है, बस 6 बार खाना है दिन में, 12 घंटे सोना, 6 घंटे टीवी देखना, इतने हमको लगता है कोई डिजायर नहीं. Like 7 days when you go to spiritual camp, you look so wonderful. बट दैट टाइम भगवान का जो कृपा चल रहा है ना, वो भागवत सुनने का, ऑल द डिजायर्स वेट आउटसाइड. If they are not eliminated like Raja Parikshit the Raja, this one he is done Muchukunda through contemplation, they just wait. When the effect of this Bhagavatadi go away, just like heavy rains, the traffic is empty because all the two-wheeler wale go under that bridge or any of the metro. In our Hyderabad, interesting. The traffic moves even heavy rain. The two-wheeler wale, because the metro is there, no, उसके नीचे जो ही जाते रहते हैं एक कतार में. But the other traffic is empty. So in that way, the katha is going on, satsang is going on. There were all the desires. Like when it rains, there are. The moment you stop coming to class or stop studying Bhagavad or stop doing your sadhana, stop matlab if you are doing it. Immediately, अरे बाबा हम कहाँ गए कहीं नहीं गए करके each one of them will come. Of this life, earlier life, so many of the things. From the smaller than smallest thing of eating something to the bigger than the biggest thing of eating other thing. Your life is only in that. Desires will come. But when we seek truth, seek only truth till it is reached. That is only worthy desire. So Bhagavan himself is praising Raja Muchukunda. Varai pralobitasyapi. What happened to your chitta? न कामैहि व्यथा यतः ते मति विमला and urjita. He Sarvabhauma, he Maharaj. Okay, having that way congratulated him. Now Bhagavan is confessing. Why did he tempt? जनरली लोग मांगते हैं तो भी भगवान को मना करना चाहिए, भाई तुम तो साधक हो संसार. अब भगवान खुद ही टेम्प्ट कर रहे हैं. व्हाई डिड ही डू? दैट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल श्लोक है ना. सेकंड वन इज सेस कि प्रलोभित वरैहि यत्वम, यत pralobhitatvam varai, that you are being tempted by the varas, by me only. What for it is? Apramadaya, to check and see to that you are not in the pramada. Pramada means you are not inadvertent of falling to the trap of them, to test you with ditat. Please know it to be like that. I have tempted you with the moons only to check whether you still have little of weakness in you to get trapped into the pramada of choosing them. So this should be a take-home point for all of us. Any temptations, inner and outer, come only to test our integrity. That I have convinced not the whole world to be mithya, and they kept the goal only as Bhagwan. Therefore, you are denying it or not. Every test, if every temptation, if you take the test and try to pass it out, then slowly and steadily we discover freedom from all these longings and cravings. Crave for only one thing, the Brahmanubhuti. सो वरैहि त्वं प्रलोभितः अप्रमादाय तत्विद्धि. जो आपको हमने प्रलोभन किया वरों से, वो टेस्ट करने के लिए आपको कि आप फिर भी प्रमाद में हो क्या. प्रमाद मीन्स प्रकर्षेण मदः, मीन्स ईगो विथ इट्स डिजायर्स कमिंग इनटू प्ले पिक्चर एंड एनकैशिंग द चेक. इज इट नॉट? नो, वन इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग इज व्हाट हियर, मजा में थोड़ा एंजॉय करने के लिए कि जनरली देखो हम जैसे लोग कहीं घर जाते हैं कि वो लोग कुछ देते खाने को, तो मैं उपवास, नहीं स्वामी जी तो मैं हमने बनाया आपके प्यार से. आई मे टेक ऑल्सो टू ऑब्लाइज देम. नो हियर द राजा मुचुकुंदा हैज नॉट कम अंडर द ऑब्लिगेशन. अरे भगवान दे रहे भाई, अब नहीं लिया तो बुरा मानेंगे वो. मेनी टाइम्स वी कॉम्प्रोमाइज विथ आवर रूल्स रेगुलेशन अंडर ऑब्लिगेशन, देन इसके बाद आदत हो जाती. दोस्तों ने कहा, पत्नी ने कहा, पति ने कहा, माता-पिता ने कहा, इसलिए क्लास को आना बंद. बट आज तो किसी ने नहीं कहा नहीं जाने को, आज क्यों नहीं आए? मैं वेट कर रहा था कोई कहेगा. तो फिर मेरे मन ने ही कहा, चल ठीक है. बट द थिंग इज़ व्हाट, ही डिड नॉट he is not foregone the vara also, he is encouraged it. ब्रह्म प्राप्ति और भक्ति के लिए तो मांग ही लिया उन्होंने, विषयों के लिए नहीं मांगा. He did not deny the vara, but he sought for the moksha. He asked for the moksha. So why I tempted you? Just to अप्रमादाय. अप्रमाद में तुम प्रमाद में ना फंसे, एक टेस्ट करने के लिए मैंने आपको सामने रखा. Now the second line, in general Bhagavan talks to all of us. Every student of Bhagavata, every disciple of or devotee of Krishna should note this second line of this second shloka of Lord. Very, very powerful. What is that? Na dhir mai eka bhaktanam ashirbhir bhidyate kvachit. Mai eka bhaktanam dhihi. Those people whose intellect. Who are those people? Who are single-pointedly, totally devoted and surrendered to me. Mai eka bhaktanam. मेरे अंदर अनन्य एक भक्ति जिनको हो गई है, उनकी धी बुद्धि जो है, देयर इंटेलेक्ट आशीर भी with variety of desires coming from inside, temptation from outside, na vidyate, is not bhedan or broken or shattered or disturbed or tempted or affected by kvachita even once. So, is this not shloka throughout the life to be remembered and contemplated to get the essence of it? So, if you reverse it and see it, therefore, anybody who claims to be Bhagavan's Bhakta and yet he disturbed in his intellect by any of the temptation, Bhagavan says he is not a true Bhakta. He may be a time pass Bhakta. Bhaktas are millions. Everybody is a Bhakta. काम अर्थ के लिए भक्ति करने वाले भी भक्त है. ये उस कैटेगरी में आते हैं, लेकिन एक भक्त नहीं होगा वो. Like, Eka Bhakti Bhat comes in Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter. Eka Bhaktir Vishishyate. Chaturveda Bhajante Mam Jana Sukritino Arjuna Artho Vignasa Arthati Jnani Cha Bhartarsava Tesham Jnani Nitya Yuktaha Eka Bhakti Vishishyate. That Eka Bhakti word here also is using. There Priyohi Jnanyotyartamaham Sacha Mama Priyaha. So here also Mai Ekanta Bhaktanam. Those who are single-pointedly surrendered to me, ekanta bhakta means sharanagatua bhakta. उनके मन में और there is nobody else as to whom he is devoted to भगवान. व्यवहार करेगा, धर्म में रहेगा, वो तो करते रहने पड़ेगा. It's not that I am Ram Bhakta, therefore I stop doing my routine of job and all. वो तो होता ही रहेगा, but my bhakti is. So my ekanta bhaktanam dhi क्वचित न विद्यते आशीर्भिः. Not even once also it will be broken or disturbed or tempted or loses its cool when the temptations come of anything. फिर क्या होगा? मन में टेम्पटेशन के पीछे हम गए तो धीरे धीरे द काम इज रिप्लेसिंग राम. श्याम. देयर इज नो श्याम राम नाउ, ओनली काम. दे डोंट गो टुगेदर प्लीज. राम और काम कट्टे नहीं रह सकते. श्याम और काम. काम रमांगा तो श्याम राम नहीं रहेगा. राम श्याम है तो काम नहीं. तो वो काम राम श्याम का होना चाहिए. उसके लिए बाकी सारे काम छोड़ना चाहिए. कामना. Here Mayekanta Bhakta means those are seeking me, the truth, the reality. Not only devoted to me, because people are devoted to God and they enjoy the bhoga. Here he is not talking about that type of devotion. That's why we said. Ekanta Bhakta means for whom the Paramatma alone is the goal. They don't even look at the whole world as even an object of enjoyment. Forget about having bhoga buddhi on that and desiring for it. Such person, even God gives and pralobha, he will not take it that way. So here we can add Ekanta Bhaktana means any Jignasu Brahmavastu, any Upanishad studying student, anybody who wants to become Mukta. देखो मुक्ति कहाँ से मिलनी है? किससे? जो बंधन में डालता है. कौन डाल रहा है बंधन में? डिजायर. So therefore desire से मुक्ति itself is real mukti. Freedom from desire is the liberation. Is it not? Because desire is the one which is binding to the Jiva Bhava, Deha Devbadi world. So therefore, who seek the Lord, they can't have desire. That is why in every Shastra, again we quote it, Bhagavad Gita, Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha. This is how Sthita Prajna Lakshana start. And also, Vihaya Kaman Yaha Sarvan Puman Charati Nispruhaha Nirmamo Nirahankaraha Sashanti Madhivach. कठादि उपनिषत्तो यदा सर्वे प्रमुच्यन्ते कामाः ये अस्य हृदि स्थिताः अतमर्त्यः अमृतो भवति अत्र ब्रह्म समश्नुते. Like that beautifully everywhere we saw. And please remember, kamana is only an aberration, a just illogical thing in the mind goes on showing its effect only as long as the intellect doesn't come to dominate it with its right understanding. And that intellect's work also only two things. To survive, I need something. Stop at the need level. How can the greed be added? How can the desire be added? It is not required when the intellect becomes powerful like that. That's how the bhikshus or sannyasins, for survival, food is required. So they go closed eyes only, they ask. They don't even open who is giving what they are giving. जो आया जीने के लिए लेते हैं. That's it. How can there be thought of food or any bhoga? Even sleep also for them, just to come out of any exhaustion, tiredness, so that with fresh mind they can meditate. उनको निद्रा भोग नहीं है, निद्रा कामना नहीं है, निद्रा आवश्यकता है. Some yogis तो when they are Shuddha Sattva Guna, because they translate in Annamaya Pranamaya, वो महीनों महीनों सालों साल उनको नींद की जरूरत भी नहीं होती. Not that they are suffering from that disease of sleeplessness. There are some people in this world for their prarabdha many janma 2 साल 3 साल बिना नींद के हैं लोग. Do you know that? The whole night they don't sleep only. They can't tell that to anyone. They take all pills and everything. They just loiter, they fall on the bed. इधर उधर उल्टा पुल्टा होते हैं. आती नहीं नींद उनको. हम इतने किस्मत वाले हो. डेली सुबह 2 घंटे, शाम को 2.5 घंटे सुलाता हूँ मैं. इतने सारे लला भी हैं लोरी गाते हुए. इतना मजा है. आप उसके लिए मेरे को थैंक यू नहीं बोलते. Anyway, निद्रा is also not कामना for them. इवन जीने की कामना भी नहीं है उनको. है तो परमात्मा को जानने के लिए जीना चाहिए, जीने के लिए खाना चाहिए. So living to know the God, eating to live, not living only to eat and forget God. So in general that is how. Nadhirmayi ekanta bhaktanam ashirvirbhidyate kvachit. Let us chant this one 6 slokas 6 times. Nadhirmayi eka bhaktanam ashirvirbhidyate kvachit. Nadhirmayi eka bhaktanam ashirvirbhidyate kvachit. Nadhirmayi eka bhaktanam ashirvirbhidyate kvachit. Nadhirmayi eka bhaktanam आशीर्भिर्भिद्यते क्वचिदो नधीर्मय्येकभक्तानाम् आशीर्भिर्भिद्यते क्वचिदो नधीर्मय्येकभक्तानाम् आशीर्भिर्भिद्यते क्वचित्. Main thought it is. So how many things? First Bhagavan praised Raja Muchukunda. Your dhi is very Shuddha. Chitta is Ekant, Vimala and Urjita. Why? Because Bharai Pralomitaha, but still you are not Vihata. Your Chitta is not hit by those Pralobhana. First point. Second, I put Pralobha to my Bhaktas to test their integrity. And real Bhaktas, Ekanta Bhakta, those surrender to me, they will never be touched or disturbed by any of the Kamanas. Okay. Now in the next sloka, no, for you and I, very relevantly, एक इम्पॉर्टेंट थॉट भगवान शेयर करता है ना. उसको हम क्या है ना कल ही पढ़ेंगे. हम उसका अर्थ क्या है कि एनी अमाउंट ऑफ योग साधनास ही सेज युंजाना मीन्स योगीज कर्म योग करो, उपासनाएं करो, एनी अदर सोशल सर्विसेज व्हाट एवर यू डू, बट स्टिल इन द हृदय इफ देयर इज कामना, यू नो, यू विल नेवर बी एबल टू गेट द मोक्ष. काम वासना थोड़ा भी है तो आपको प्राणायाम करना, योग करना या दूसरे कोई भी वेदांत का भी साधनाएं करना, उनसे सिद्धि नहीं मिलने वाली. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट श्लोक. आई जस्ट चैंट इट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस. युंजानानाम अभक्तानाम प्राणायामादिभिर मनः. सो दे आर नॉट माय डिवोटीज. Devotion is not there fully. This is the same thing in Yoga Darshanam also. What is that? The second alternative for Vritti Nirodha is Ishvara Pranidhanadva. So if somebody is not my devotee, Abhaktanam, but Yunjananam, they are doing yoga. Patanjali Yoga and Pranayama, they are also doing variety of pranayama. So through variety of pranayamas, through variety of yoga, they are trying to control the mana. That practice is going on, but they are not bhaktas of the Lord. Okay, and also, uh, 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 because of not having devotion, their vasanas are still there. Then what will happen? Akshina vasanam rajan drishyate punah uttitam. That forceful control of the mind will be burst out into the manifestation of the desires. If the devotion is not there, and because of the devotion to me, they have not transcended the desires. सो भक्त बनकर कामनाओं को छोड़ने वाले व्यक्ति के ही योग और प्राणायाम साधनाएं मन को नियंत्रित करने में काम करते हैं, अन्यथा नहीं. So it's a big jalak to us. We are studying yoga darsana. First become devotee and transcend all desires, then try to control chitta. Otherwise, you will forcefully control with mechanical efforts. But then, when that effect of control goes away, they burst out. Punaha uttitam drishyate. But you are not like that. You are tested and you are proved that your heart is free from kamana because of your devotion to me. Therefore, there will be no relapsing of samsara desires to you. That's what Lord means for this Raja Muchukunda. What it is, those three shlokas, we can do it, but then we have to do our Ramayana also. We'll stop it here. Then tomorrow we'll start the 52nd chapter. We'll try to conclude even the Raja Muchukunda's story. It may run into कितने हैं वो only 4 shlokas. That much we can do. Thank you. Sarvam Krishna Arpanam. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevava Shishyate. Om शांति शांति ओम नीलमेघ श्याम कृष्ण नित्य जगन बाल गोपाल वेणुगान लोल वेदांत वेद्य नवनीत भक्त जनाधार. आज भगवान आदि मध्यांत में आरती करा रहे हमसे. थैंक यू. परम दया वार्ति मुक्ति संदायक गीतामृत दाता परम योगीश पार्षद. All of you today chant Om Shri Shuka Brahmarshi Namaha, Om Shri Rajarshi Parikshite Namaha 27 times at least. मैं तो 108 बार करूँ. ओम न तत्व ओम नीलमेघ श्याम नित्य बाल वेणुगान वेदांत नवीन भक्त आधार परम दया वार्नु सुंदर गीता परम पार्षद हेमा नारायण योगेंद्राय नमस्तस्मै शुकाय ब्रह्मरूपं ओम व्यासाय शुकाय व्यासाय ब्रह्मलोकालाशेषम्. बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्री महाविष्णु भगवान की जय. श्री परब्रह्म भगवान की जय. और श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय. बोलो श्री राजर्षि परीक्षित महाराज की जय. बोलो भाई व्यास वेदव्यास शुकदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तनं गोविंदा गोविंद. Thanks, friends, like children or me, I'm talking. Doing the prattling of Bhagavatam last whatever the number of days with zero understanding or any experience. It is your goodness that you tolerated, went on encouraging, but that benefited you and me mainly because at least we have browsed through this great text, and while doing so, I have protected myself from any downfall or further downfall. The status quo status to maintain. So, this study has helped. So, as a byproduct, if it has helped you also, then it is your kripa and Bhagwan's kripa. Your own effort, Bhagwan's kripa. So, we still more have to study the remaining chapters and also the Mahatmyam. So, have that loving patience as ever. Thank you. Om Sri. Let us do together only. Okay. Om Sri Rajarshi Parikshide Namaha. After that, Om Shri Shuka Brahmarshaye Namaha. Om Shri Rajarshi Parikshide 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 Namaha. Om Shri Shukabrahmarshaye 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 Namaha. Om Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana Shastraya 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 Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Vishnave Parabrahmane 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 Namaha. ओम श्री कृष्णाय विष्णवे परब्रह्मणे नमः। 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 ओम श्री कृष्णाय विष्णवे परब्रह्मणे नमः. Vyasa Suta, we will do the chanting little later. Thank you, my dear friends. God bless. Om. It was Ramayana study.